It's a contractual obligation. So
No, so what we have...
we have to at least factor that
we have
cost
two,
in.
sorry, do we have two leases?
No, we have
Sorry,
eight.
350, we don't have a lease?
It's not a separate
No,
lease,
it's
it's
a
a part of
rider.
the
It's a
222.
rider
So
on the
there's two
existing.
components to the lease, correct?
It's two components.
One of which were
singular.
Portchester screwed, correct?
Well, I wasn't at the meeting today.
Well, let me
I
inform
understand
you.
that they're...
Portchester is in a difficult situation.
Right, because their bid came in higher, and they were going
And
to do
so,
some
and they've
work, right?
committed to give, we've only committed to give them a small portion of
Right.
the actual build. So they're in a really difficult position on that component of the lease.
350, yes.
My expectation, as I said, I think I was pretty clear, Portchester's be involved in this decision. Obviously, Portchester says, screw it, we want you to come in.
I'm just
I
wanting
also
to be
think...
clear that,
Oh.
I'm not saying we can't do it, I'm just
Right.
saying that I just wanted to know that the board understands that we have a contract with Portchester, and that it's an enforceable one. So as
None
far
of
as
this works.
222 goes,
None of this
you know,
works, in my view, unless you have a consensual
Fine.
conversation with Portchester.
And-
We're getting mixed messages for Portchester. How could you dare spend $300,000 on this move
Right, well,
ahead of town dissolution? What I think we need to do, again, that same kind of conversation with Portchester has to be a conversation. You know,
I mean, I'm not saying they wouldn't let us out of the lease. I'm
Right.
saying, I don't know. I'm just saying we do have a lease. So
Yeah,
if anyone's
absolutely.
asking the question,
sure,
and they say, where was the town attorney during this conversation? I just want to put on the record,
sure.
we have a lease, and it's binding, so.
Just to get back to this dissolution, when we took the vote and when we went forward in 2013 on this sale, move, build, the town dissolution was on nobody's mind. The villages weren't discussing it. The public wasn't discussing it. It was the deadline is come and gone for the dissolution for this year, and I think that I don't see that going forward. I mean, we can speculate, we can analysis paralysis. We can analyze this all night long. We can come back here tomorrow, and Gary can still be here watching us analyze this. We could continue to do this. So there's no one in this community, in the town of Rye, that can say we haven't been forthcoming, that we haven't been transparent. We have been discussing these numbers. We have been going forward in the proper direction. Dissolution, again, wasn't even on anyone's radar last year when we were discussing this, because if dissolution was, that would probably have halted, or it would probably have stopped us from going as far as we did. And I just, that being said, I mean, unless anybody on the council wants to have additional comment, I don't know if anybody does. I think the only way to bring resolve tonight is to what is it called?
Bring it to a vote?
Yeah, we'll bring it to a vote.
I just got one question. Now, when do we start paying rent?
May 1st.
May 1st. We started paying.
This year,
Yeah.
3 weeks ago. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mr. Supervisor, I think we should move the vote.
Okay, can I get a motion to approve the tenant fit-out?
So moved.
A second?
I'll second it.
Okay, would you take the roll, please, Hope?
Collins? No. Nardi?
Aye.
Majoris?
No.
Villanova?
Yes.
Carvin?
No.
We should go down to, we have L. We have L, M, and N.
Yeah. Would you get a motion to approve Sullivan data?
So moved.
Second?
I'll second it.
Would you call the roll, please, Hope?
Collins? No.
Aye. All right.
Can I?
Majoris?
No.
Villanova?
Yes.
Carvin?
No. Okay, a motion to approve Light Path telephone contract?
Okay, that was part of the
Oh,
Sullivan
No,
as
that,
well. No?
yeah. No, that's off. Yeah.
resolution M?
That's off, yes.
Light path is off?
Well, Light Path is simply a service
All right,
change.
all right.
The telephone wiring and so forth was all
All right,
included
okay.
in Sullivan.
All right, so furniture for 22 Grace Church Street, can I get a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Hope would you call the roll?
Shirley. Collins? No. Nardi?
Aye.
Nyors?
No.
Villanova?
Yes.
Carmen?
No. Okay, town board meeting, June 17th, town...
We got the furniture?
Oh.
Oh, yeah, that's...
I thought we did the furniture.
That was the furniture.
That was the furniture.
Okay, very good.
No.
Yes.
Are we going to talk about when we're going to have a special meeting?
Oh, yes.
Put a date to
Yes,
that so that
yes, can we do that?
this ASAP?
Yep,
Let's
June,
set up a special-
I was going to propose Monday, June 2nd, or Wednesday, June 4th. Unfortunately, my daughter's receiving an academic award on June 3rd.
Okay,
I
well,
can't do the 4th.
Can you do the 2nd?
I can do the 2nd.
People available on the 2nd, June 2nd?
It's a Monday
May not
night?
be back from
That's a
out of
Monday
town
night.
I
over
may
the
not be in
weekend.
town.
All right. Well, if we do it late, I can do it on the 3rd, but it'd have to be late. Or early, or we can do it at 5.
No, I can't. I'm going to be in the city.
Okay.
Wait, what time?
I can do it, I can't do it between 7 and 8:30 on the 3rd. I can do it early, or I can do it late.
What do you mean by early?
5:30?
You mean like, not 7:30 in the morning, you're
No,
saying?
no, sorry, I apologize. Yeah,
5:30. I can do the 3rd, 5:30.
5:30? Is that
Yeah,
good?
5,
Does that work for
what
everybody?
is third?
Yep.
What is the third?
That's a
Tuesday.
Tuesday the 3rd at 5:30?
Okay, that I can do.
Deputy Supervisor Lenovi, is that
Yeah,
good?
I'll check my schedule.
Okay. All right, so can I get a motion to have a special meeting to review the various options for the move of the town of Rye for Tuesday, June 3rd at 5:30?
So moved.
Can I get a second?
I'll second it.
On the question, will there be resolutions to approve at that meeting?
Oh, yeah.
It depends on what you are asking us to do.
Yeah.
If you're going to have a conversation reviewing alternatives, I think the staff needs some guidance in terms of specifically what alternatives are we going to be looking at.
I fully appreciate
I
that.
agree. I just want to, yes, yes. I think that if not, are these back on the table for that day? That's
Well,
my
certainly,
assumption.
if the
but just make sure
recommendation-
You can put them on the agenda, even if
Yeah.
we voted down
Yes,
tonight.
okay.
Yeah,
I just want to make sure regardless that in 2 weeks, we're making this decision.
yes, I understand.
Just so that I was clear on my intention with my vote.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so town board meeting, June 17th, 2000, grievance day, what is this?
Oh, we did
We solved that already.
Yeah, we voted
Oh,
on that
okay,
already.
all right, town assessor, we had a long meeting tonight, do you have anything urgent? Okay. Finance, what?
June 3rd.
June 3rd.
June 3rd at 5:30, Tuesday, June 3rd at 5:30. Finance, well, I want to know what's happening. We haven't, we're supposed to have audited financials to the state. Do you know what's happening with that?
They're not audited, they're just an AUD report,
Right,
which
but
is
when are they supposed to be in?
the April 30th.
All right, what's happening with that?
I'll have to check with the
I
town.
mean, I know we don't have
accountant.
men.
He probably submitted estimates.
No, he
which are
did not. That's the
okay,
whole point.
Okay, so I'll have to check, that's part of his responsibilities to submit the AUD report.
All
based
right.
off-
I mean, I'm concerned about that. I don't know if the other board members are concerned. I think this is the first year we haven't published an AUD report and got the estimates in on time.
Well, where are we with the auditors?
The auditors did the preliminary work in first week of May, and they're actually coming back the day after Memorial Day.
So what's taking the auditors so long?
It's just when they started the audit, there was delay in the 2012 audit, so that pushed back to 2013.
Listen, I think part of this, I mean, I appreciate that, it's our financial department that needs to whip this, but, these auditors, it seems like they're on their own schedule. They come and go when they want. Who backs out of the project? Let's get a new person to represent us, the auditors. I think there's some responsibility that the auditors need to assume as well. And I think we need to whip them a little bit and get them to be a little bit more responsive too. What do you think about that, Mr. Byrnes?
Well, it's just the scheduling of the audit, just if they're going to do it earlier in the year, as we've done in the past. We didn't do that last year, so there's just been carryover. So
When are we going to have audited financials this year?
we are scheduled for June to have the audited financials. So we're on target on our end to, for them to come in and do their audit and their.
And when are they coming in?
They're coming in the day after Memorial Day.
Would you please send the board an update, and I want to get an update and make sure we're on track for this process to be done by the end of June.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is there any performance codicils in the contract with regards to when it's supposed to get the audit done?
There's not a time. It's a management letter and an agreement. There's not necessarily a time frame that's in there from my understanding, but I can review it.
I think for next year we should put a time frame in.
I don't want to point the finger all at them. It's both the accounting side, which is the receivables.
No, but we have a responsibility and a due date as a town to get it done, and we should have some time to review that, so they should have it completed in time for us to review it so we can submit it to the state by the due date.
Yeah, as far as the AUD report, it's the confusion is that there's no requirement to have audited financial statements to submit. Obviously, it's a lot cleaner to do so, but the AUD report is just an annual update document that's reported to the state. The whole point of that is that the state then combines all the municipalities in a report that they do by the October timeframe. Albany does it. They accumulate all the towns and they do some reporting and comparisons.
So they're not looking for the audited statement, just the AUD by...
No, but it's obviously if you have an audited financial statements, those are final numbers. And,
that you can use.
Yep. Quick thing, which is just the receivables on page 9 of the report of the in-rem. There are 7 in-rems left over. I've just found out tonight that 2 of the 7 have paid in May. So, talking quickly with Paul.
Which ones?
63 Purdy and 20 Lion Street are now paid in full. 31 Bush and 18 Prospect, should be paid by the end of this month. I think we'll end up taking title to 76 and 70 Inwood and 209 Union.
Wow. What's happening? What's happening?
Because I've heard nothing from any of them. They've not communicated with me at all.
So once we take possession of those properties,
When would that occur?
What? When did-
Taking the property?
Well, I'm waiting for the judge to make the decision. It was returnable April 30th, so it could be another month.
So we're already, so this is...
We are past, but the judge hasn't given me the order yet, so...
Well, you're expecting any day then?
Well, it could be any day. Unlikely. I think it's more like any week.
Right.
So,
But we would then be the owners of those properties?
Yeah.
So we would have Inwood, the 2
Yeah,
Inwood?
76 Inwood and 70 Inwood, and I don't know anything about those properties, if they're commercial or residential or whatever.
They were commercial.
Okay, 209 Union is a residential house.
And what's happening there?
I don't know. The woman had been reaching out in the beginning, never, wasn't able to pay or chose not to pay. Asked for an extension. Went to the court and asked for an adjournment, which she received for a month. Never retained a lawyer, and I've not heard from her since. So I don't know what's going on with that.
Can we, is Mr. Mecca's not here tonight?
He's right
Oh, Mr. Mecca. I'm sorry, I apologize. Not Mr. Mecca.
She's called me. I mean, don't get me wrong. She's called me, but she's
Is she in court right now?
no. She didn't retain an attorney, didn't put in an
No, I'm sorry, are we in court to take the property?
Yes, that's what I'm waiting for. I'm waiting for the judge to give me the order.
Well, I mean, can we please reach out to her?
Oh, we have. Trust me, we've had many conversations with her. She will not pay these taxes.
Yeah, she has come here personally.
Right.
We spoke personally.
Yeah. No, we've communicated with her.
So, this is a $500,000 home she's going to lose.
She is well aware of that, and she refuses to put it on the market or do anything, borrow money, get a loan. There's no, there's no mortgage on it. It's, it's one of those weird situations.
All right, can we, Mr. Arcaro, let's just have we should get a special outreach or something for these people, shouldn't we? I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out.
You're asking the wrong guy.
No, actually, you're the enforcer.
I've done my own personal outreach with her,
exactly.
and quite frankly,
I have spoke to her personally.
She's been rather abusive with the tax
Is that
office.
right?
Yes.
Because remember, we had the situation last year where the woman...
She went to the court and actually made a misrepresentation, said she was hiring a lawyer and asked for time to do so. The judge granted it. She didn't do it. I think this individual knows exactly what she's doing, and it's a game I'd rather not play, quite frankly.
Sure. All right. Thank you, Mr. Byrnes.
Okay, so I would just say to follow up to that is that once we do take possession, I think as quick as possible, we just try to put them up for auction.
Jeez.
To get
the town will have a windfall.
Get reimbursed the back taxes plus whatever additional we can receive.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Honorable Mr. Mecca?
Just to remind everybody that the village bills will be in the mail 1st of June.
I'm sorry, Nick, you got to get up there. I apologize.
Time is coming.
Village, that's all right. The village, that's okay. All right, well.
It's too long.
I know sorry.
Sneeze.
Right up.
Yes, as of June 1st, Village of Portchester and Village of Rybrook, the bills will be mailed to you. In Portchester, the first half is due. In Rybrook, the first 2/3 is due. We have just sent out over 500 notices because when the 15th of the month after the final day, like in the way the county and town, we sent out a notice that they're delinquent. We've sent out over 500. They're starting to trickle back in. They have a penalty, so keep reminding everybody, don't let it get too far behind because you can see what happens. It mounts up to some huge money.
Yep.
So everyone, please do your best to get all that current. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mecca. Town Clerk Vespia? Thank you. Mr. Noto?
No, nothing new.
Bishop, unless you got something urgent, okay. And there's no superintendent. Comments from councilpersons, Councilwoman Collins?
First of all, I'd like to say thanks again to Linda and congratulations on her retirement, and also to thank Deputy Supervisor Villanova for the tremendous amount of time he's put into the various efforts that he's been working on behalf of the board.
Thank you, Town Councilman Nardi.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you to Linda, and good luck with your retirement. Now, there's no excuses not to go to car shows.
Councilman Yoris?
Thank you to Linda, and thank you to Councilman Villanova for all the hard work he's put in over the past year on the move to 222.
Deputy Supervisor Villanova?
Okay, first, I guess the unofficial results for the Portchester schools, we have the budget appears to have passed, 703 votes to 309. And the unofficial results, the two board members are Ann Capisi and Robert Johnson. So I want to congratulate them, and we're looking forward to having them do a great job for our schools and mainly for our children. I contacted a few contractors.
Big Blindbrook result count.
What was the result from Blindbrook?
Adler
Results are in.
Who won?
Well,
Who won? Do you know?
I don't have it.
Well, who won, Bob? Do you know?
Hey, you know what?
Adler and Diamond won in Rybrook.
Okay.
Okay. I contacted a couple contractors, and I'm looking to get prices for the bathrooms at the pavilion at Crawford Park. I will say that we focus our energy on a lot of things. But that is one area where I think we need to dedicate some time. And I'm going to put together, some plan, and I think that with the expertise of Councilman Nardi, he may be able to give us a better understanding of what we can do with those bathrooms. I'm embarrassed, thoroughly embarrassed, for that represents the town of Rye. Those bathrooms are horrific. So there's something that we need to do. We also need to, identify some better ways to manage the maintenance of our facilities. So that being said, this is the year for that. Regardless of what we do, Crawford Park is Crawford Park, and that needs our attention. And that's going to be my next project, and I'll work on that with Councilman Nardi.
Okay.
I want to congratulate Linda. I've known Linda a long time, her and Vinny and the boys. And I met Vinny back in 1988 when I joined the fire department. And I always remember Linda working here at 10 Pearl for a long time, and she's always been a great asset to us. So I want to thank Linda for her time and her effort, and we should obviously make a specific time to recognize her. And that's that.
Thank you very much, Deputy Supervisor Villanova. I want to give a quick update on the town dissolution. And I know we've got to go into executive session, so I'll be very brief, pardon me. First thing is I'd sent out an email saying that the savings to the town would be $1,037,000 and change. And if you look at the third column from the right that I've given you, that number actually should have been 995,124. Right at the bottom, you see the 995,124. Those are the CGR numbers. They inadvertently incorporated 42,000 from Rybrook that they shouldn't have. So that number should have been 995,124. Again, the other two people working very hard in the town of late have been Mr. Arcaro and Mr. Nowotnik. They've done a lot of due diligence analysis on the numbers that came in from CGR. So I wanted to make clear to the board that based on our due diligence analysis, the benefit from dissolution of the town falls to $615,411 townwide. Okay, so those are the new numbers. There's a whole Excel spreadsheet behind that. So if anybody wanted to look at that, please, contact Mr. Arcaro or Mr. Nowotnik. Second thing, in terms of town dissolution, as Deputy Supervisor Villanova said, we basically, just retracing, we had a report in November 2012. Unfortunately, with conclusions and recommendations from CGR. Unfortunately, with the March 2013 election, Portchester never really took up dissolution. We decided in 2013, given our financials, to focus on asset sales. At the end of the day, what we did is we picked up town dissolution at the beginning of this year, and the villages started to engage. Now, as we all know, there's 4 municipalities involved: Portchester, Rybrook, and Mamaroneck, as well as our town. Where we stand today is Portchester said we can't invest the time and effort until we're confident. Mamaroneck's moving forward. The Village of Mamaroneck has sent us a letter saying that they, had some concerns about the process. That letter, there was a hope at the steering committee level that letter would be overturned. It wasn't. Primarily, their biggest concern is what to do with Rye Neck. They got legal opinion that said the proposal put forward by Assemblyman Otis didn't work from their local council, and so they couldn't issue the letter. Now, Assemblyman Otis is preparing a response, and his hope is that he can break the logjam. So just so we're all aware, we're currently at an impasse in the Village of Mamaroneck, and unless Assemblyman Otis can find a improved structure for Rye Neck, it'll stay in impasse and then ultimately come to an end. So I'm personally hopeful that he can solve that. And I've given you these new numbers. So that's the update on the town of Rye. We need to break into executive session. Well, sorry.
Contract negotiations.
Contract negotiations.
And litigation.
And can I get a motion to do that?
So,
Second?
Second.
And I also want to shout out to Linda. Thanks for all your hard work.
I wish everybody a happy Memorial Day.
Exactly.
Yes. 10:30.